Hello and welcome to episode 2 and part 2 of our brand new 2019 Kyosho Ultima unboxing from RC Empire. If you haven't seen part 1, do go back and check it out. Now quickly, before we get into looking at the rest of the kit, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's already left us a comment in our last video regarding what power systems you'd like to see us go with in this amazing classic new buggy. And actually, the responses have been quite split so far, so it may come down to a majority vote. However, one thing I didn't mention and probably should have done is that we have actually already ordered 2 power systems that we might put in the buggy. So let us know what you think between these. And these are, very simply, keeping on the Kyosho theme, in the brushed corner we have a simple 60 amp brushed ESC, and this, the Kyosho G22 brushed motor, and I'm really interested to see how this system with the ESC and this brushed motor performs and its characteristics compared to the brushed setup we've got in our Tamiya TT01. I can't wait to try this out somewhere, especially this ESC and motor. And you've also got the Dean plug already on there, which is nice as well. And in the brushed corner, we have gone for a combo. So really easy to find, you know they work together, and you can just buy it and fit it. So you can see the part number there, and we have the ORION Neo Vortex 14 turn brushless motor and the R10 ESC, which both look really good, have really good specs, especially for the price, and again I can't wait to try this combo out. But we'll go through these in much more detail later on in another video, and we'll put a link to both of them down below and you can check them out. Now ultimately the goal of this build, unlike our TT02 Type S where we went absolutely all out and still have some mods to show you and to fit to it, but so far with that we spent £555 with some high-end hardware which a lot of people don't necessarily need, although it is a very nice car around the track. What we want to do with this Ultima is not go crazy with it, but regardless of whether we go with brushed or a brushless setup, we want to find a system that is ultimately really easy for you to find, won't break the bank, and will let you build a good quality, reliable, fun model. Our emphasis on this build is on quality, reliability, and ease of parts availability. And if you can't find the parts we're going to use anywhere, then do let us know and we'll try and do something about it. Or go and ask your local hobby store and do support them. But anyway, enough talking, let's get into the goodies. Now in the box, as well as the sealed parts that we saw last time, you can see the body and the wheels. And of course, the iconic bathtub chassis shining away brightly in there, waiting to get out. If we take a look firstly at the body shell, it's actually quite small. And of course, you'll need spray to paint this as well, which is nice, it just adds another element to the kit. And we'll show you exactly how to do that towards the end of the build. But unlike some shells, this is not going to be a one colour spray over the whole shell, and you can actually go to town and make the driver look really scale if you want. This in maybe an off-white or cream colour like it is on the box will look amazing against those red shocks. And I don't actually think there's a lot to cut off this body, just this surrounding skirt bit here as you can see on the box. So it should be a lot more easy than some of our other body builds. What's nice is they've also marked out exactly where to drill the holes for the body posts and the roll cages with these little dimples here. Again on the left here, you've got your named parts. Now, let's remove one of our first boxes, and under here we have our manual. With these 2 straps used on the battery as you can see on the box. And these will just fold in there like that, and careful not to lose these. Now in the pack here, firstly we have our stickers. And this big one here is going straight on our mat. There's 2 sheets, and as expected, they're pretty thick, tough stickers, and I'm sure they'll last for years. I think there's a few extra ones there as well because they won't all fit on the buggy, which is nice. And finally in here, our manual. Now I've always found Kyosho and Tamiya manuals really easy to read and follow, and on first impressions, this is no exception. You have your parts list, assembly instructions, exploded diagrams, part numbers, and a few other pages, but everything you need to get this buggy up and running. Next we have box number 1, and in here we have 2 bags, and look at those amazing springs, they look incredible. I don't think the video quite captures it, but do look out on our social media pages for some cool pictures. And that bright motor cover plate there, and a load of little goodies in here. In the next bag, it looks like we've got a load of plastic body parts and our bumper. And those look nice, clean and fresh for now. And that will all fit back in there, and you can keep them safe until you've completed the build. And finally, we have our main chassis box with the Ultima name printed across there. Now, I always like to be careful when opening the boxes just to keep them nice, clean and tidy for years to come. And there we go, look at that, brand new fresh rubber, the Kyosho Ultima Sand Super Tyre. Now there's not an awful lot of sand in London, but we will make sure to find some and thoroughly test these when we get a chance. The rubber is quite hard, and I bet these last quite a long time as well, which is nice. Which they should do, especially as there's hardly any weight on them. So you have 2 of them. As well as some foam, and it's nice that these as well as the foams have all been included. Some kits don't include the wheels and tyres, but everything you need to build the actual buggy and get it rolling is here. And our front wheels, and these look amazing. They really set the buggy off with that almost fan-like design. Interestingly, I think they're identical to the original Kyosho Sandmaster wheels, and we have some of those in red on our Sandmaster, which we'll compare to later on in the series. Now, one thing I did notice straight away is the quality of the plastic. Sometimes you pick up a pair of wheels and they feel like they're going to crack at any moment, and they've got this really coarse, cheap plastic feel. However, these feel solid, really tough, again adding to the overall quality and feel of this model, which I really like. Next we have our rear tyres, and these quite square blocks, which I think are going to grip really well, especially on tightly packed dirt and even on road. And a quick note, we will be testing this on a range of surfaces, so do watch out for our coming running videos where we test this out on a track, on an on-road track, off-road track, on grass and any other surface you can think of. Quickly, if anyone's interested, or if you're already thinking about what tyres will fit this brilliant buggy, a little measurement to give you an idea. The front tyres are around 75mm outer diameter and 20mm wide. The rear tyres are around 80mm in diameter and 35mm wide. The rear wheels are 55mm across and 35mm wide, and the front wheels are just over 50mm in diameter and 20mm wide. And of course they have a 12mm hex fixing them onto the hub. Now everything is included in this kit, but you may need some tyre glue just to secure the tyres onto the wheels and stop them slipping. And we'll show you how to do this and what tyre glue we use in the coming assembly video. Next we have our third parts bag. And this looks like it's got all our shock parts, shock pistons, shock adjusters, the top plates of the chassis, steering knuckles, and some nice little mechanisms in there. As well as this little tool thing. And you can just see our roll cage in there as well, which will be the finishing touch. Next in this box we have our wing, and exactly like the wheels, as soon as I pick this up it feels super tough and solid quality plastic. And if it's anything like the one on our Kyosho Inferno ST, this is going to be indestructible. Not that you're going to be flipping this buggy a lot because it should be really stable, but that is a nice tough big wing, and it's quite deep as well. And finally, the main attraction, the piece we've all been waiting for, the cherry on the cake, this amazing aluminium alloy chassis. And there it is. Let's just take a minute to appreciate this bright metalwork. What an amazing design. This is what initially caught my eye and has made me want this Kyosho Ultima for a long time. You've got these two almost teeth tapering in on the front here. And you can see the stamped ribs all over the chassis to give it added rigidity. And it looks nice and straight. Now a bit of quality control just to make sure Kyosho have cleaned up the edges nicely. There's not a single sharp edge or imperfection on that. A really nice finish from Kyosho there. And that there, the sound of the Ultima. On the bottom, it looks like all the hole screws are countersunk apart from the front ones, which I think are for the bumper. And these 6 up here are threaded, as you can just about see there. And a little bit of playing around, you can see how the buggy will start to look once we start to build it. But that's pretty much it for the unboxing and initial quick look at some of the components. Now again, I'm going to put this question to you, and we're also going to put it on our social media pages, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. We want to know what power system you want to see in this buggy. And the options, as you saw at the beginning of this video, are brushed versus brushless. Either way, it's not going to be a crazy, insane, overpowered system, but we'd love to know if you want to see this as a classic brushed setup, or as a classic model with a modern twist with a brushless power system. So do let us know in the comments what you think. But that's it. In the next episode, we will be opening up the parts bags, taking a detailed look at the parts and starting to assemble this amazing model. And I cannot wait. It's going to look brilliant. If you are interested in the model, it is now available to order, and we'll put a list of some of the suppliers down below. And if you want to be included on that list as a supplier, do drop us an email and let us know. And also with this kit, if you are buying it for someone, for a gift or for Christmas which is coming up, and you want to know what the best components to use on it before we release our build videos, you can drop us a comment or even go straight to Kyosho or your local hobby store and ask them, because they are incredibly knowledgeable and will help you to build the model that you want. But that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and seen a few more of the components in detail and seeing what's included with the kit. Please do rate, comment and subscribe and watch out for the coming videos. Thank you for watching and see you soon.